Have you ever noticed that as your business grows, something about you has to change first? Not the strategy, not your effort, your identity. Tonight,
Mhm.
we're going to talk about why growth often feels uncomfortable before it feels successful, and
Mhm.
why many women get stuck right here. What
Mhm.
usually slows momentum is trying to build the next level of business while holding on to the older version of yourself. In this conversation tonight, we're going to break down what identity actually means, why identity shifts show up before clarity, how
Mhm.
holding on affects decisions, income, and leadership, and how to release without rushing into the next version of yourself. If you feel like you've outgrown old roles or expectations, but you can't fully name what's next yet, then this conversation is for you tonight.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Shanitha.
Yeah.
That was really powerful. It's an opening. But before we go further, let's define a word. The word identity is how you see yourself, how you make decisions, and what feels normal to you. Identity answers questions like, who am I allowed to be?
Mm.
What do I expect from myself? What feels like me instead of feeling like some stranger? Your identity quietly controls everything in the background. What you say yes to, what you tolerate, what you believe you can handle. And when results grow faster, let me just say that again, tongue tied a little bit. When results grow faster than identity, then guess what shows up?
Mhm.
Tension. It's just really, really tense.
And here's a principle we want you to understand tonight. Results always follow identity. Your income follows identity. Your leadership follows identity. Your boundaries follow identity. It's about who you are. So when your business starts asking more of you, your identity has to expand to match it. And that expansion feels uncomfortable at first, but it is very much needed information.
And I don't know about y'all, but this is where many women find themselves, including myself. I
Yes.
find myself in this position from time. I mean, being an entrepreneur for decades, um, they sense growth and they sense opportunity and they feel capable. This is where we are. We feel all this, right? At the same time, we still operate from habits that were built from a smaller version of our life in the past. And that creates a split. You lead forward while thinking backward. So
Mhm.
you can't go backward and forward at the same time. And that's just a funny depiction. Can you imagine that? Just seeing
Right?
somebody trying to
It's like driving looking back. Yeah.
you can't do it. You cannot do it. So you desire expansion, right? While defaulting into old patterns that don't give you the expansion that you desiring. That split feels like confusion, hesitation, second guessing, probably a little irritation and frustration. What actually is happening is misalignment between who you've been and who you becoming. That's I'm speaking to the choir tonight.
Absolutely. And you see, there's a phase that nobody talks about when it comes to growth. See, we think we have released the certainty, but clarity hasn't arrived yet. And that in between season that we in, the transition, that season almost always feels uncomfortable. And I can attest to that because the old roles begin to feel heavier, the old expectations feel outdated, and the new confidence feels very unfamiliar. And the
Yeah.
season is not a mistake, it's not happenstance, it's not something that you don't need. It is where your identity begins to reorganize itself.
Right. So what's crazy about it is that when women try to hold on to the expired or who you were once upon a time, then you're going to find something like friction shows up. Some people say, that when you attempt to move yourself forward, you're going to get something that tries to hold you back. Usually, it's in your own mind. So here's what friction looks like: over functioning to prove readiness. You know how we do? Like we show up and we just overdoing to produce readiness, to prove that we are ready.
Mm.
Slower decision making when you know you need to make that decision like yesterday. That's me. I mean, I'm talking to
Yeah.
myself, girl, tonight.
Talking to me too.
Yeah, emotional exhaustion where you just so tired, you too tired to even talk about it. Growth that feels heavier than it should. It shouldn't, growth when you are excited about it and you're in alignment, it feels you cannot wait to get up. You just kind of fly out of bed with the
Okay.
expectation of success happening. You end up managing your business while managing an outdated self-image of who you really are. The
Mm.
extra weight, it just slows everything down to a crawl space. So we need to, or crawl pace. Maybe I should say that.
Yeah. So let's pause for a minute and really think about this through reflection, right? The
Mm.
questions I'm about to ask you are tools, and these tools will create clarity for you. So ask yourself and be very honest. Like, this is a space where if you really want to have a updated identity based on where you want to be, ask yourself, who am I still being that no longer matches the level I'm stepping into? I'm gonna
Go
say that one
ahead now.
again. I'm
Let's
gonna say that one again. Who am I still being that no longer matches the level I'm stepping into? Okay,
mm,
let
mm,
that simmer.
mm-hmm,
And then where am I performing competence instead of leading with conviction?
mm-hmm,
Competence versus conviction? Oh my
mm,
God. Oh my God. Okay. And then what expectations am I still meeting out of habit instead of alignment?
right,
Now, these questions are deep and you won't have immediate answers. They don't demand immediate answers. What they create is awareness. And that awareness creates leverage for you in your life and in your business. So let's give you some practical steps that you can start using immediately today with getting that awareness and making leverage from it.
right, right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, one of the ways that I personally get awareness is through a meditation practice. And these days, you can go on your app store or whatever and find yourself a meditation practice that helps you to get focused, get centered, and become aware of some of the habits that are driving you in different directions that you don't really want to go. But here's a couple of takeaways. Name what you need to release. Write down one role, responsibility, or expectation that feels complete. When you name it so it stops living in your subconscious mind. So
I love that.
let's just do that. I got a few more. Takeaway number 2. I want you to separate identity from behavior. A lot of times our identity kind of we try to make it behavior, but it's not. Your
Mm,
identity is not your behavior. So ask this question before you make any major decisions. Is this aligned with who I'm becoming, or is it aligned with who I've been?
mm. Ah, that's so good.
This question shortens your decision time because you can go ahead and make the decision if it makes sense to you, right?
Mhm.
Then takeaway number 3, there's 4 of them all together that I'm going to go over tonight. Allow the gap. There's going to be a gap between your old identity and your new identity. And that's perfectly okay. And it's perfectly normal. No, right now we're in a physical world. Everything takes time to kind of manifest. The gap is where recalibration happens. It's like you got to catch up with all this new information.
Yes.
So it's, you don't want to rush that because you might be like kind of like when
Right.
we got on, where the thing's talking and we didn't
Okay.
already said it. There's a
Okay.
collaboration, a recalibration that happens. So don't rush that stage. And then finally, use relief as information. When you imagine letting something go, it feels
Mm,
like that feeling is information for you. And information helps you to lead and lead in the right
mm.
direction, right?
Yeah, that's so good. Allow the gap. That can be a whole video by itself
Mm,
because the gap is uncomfortable, but it's very much needed. So we want you to hear us very, very clearly tonight. You are allowed to release who you used to be without rushing to define who you must become next. Can I say it again?
Yep.
Okay, did they hear me in the back? Okay.
Listen, y'all hearing?
Can y'all
Listen,
hear me in the back?
we got all these things going on, family and husbands and
Yes.
partners and responsibilities and bills and everything. Please listen. Please, I mean, if you want to, I hope you're hearing us.
I hope you listen. You are allowed to release who you used to be without rushing to define who you must become next. See,
Mhm.
leadership sometimes feels quiet before it feels confident.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? Okay.
Yes.
A
Because
good
you gotta get certain. You need clarity and certainty, and that's we got to transition into that.
Yeah, and then growth sometimes feels unfamiliar
Mhm.
before it feels stable. It's like
Right.
being out in the wilderness, right?
Yeah.
Like when you growing through something, it feels like it's chaotic, but it before it feels like normal. But that
Right.
doesn't mean something is wrong. It actually means something is very, very right. But what it means in layman terms is that your internal standard is actually changing. It's elevating, it's evolving. So
Yes.
don't run from the gap. Don't the growth. The growth is really important.
Right.
So here's why this matters beyond tonight. See, identity shifts are difficult to navigate alone. When you're in transition, your thinking can get cloudy, right? We already got a lot of roles that we juggle every day. Being an entrepreneur, maybe we're a mom, maybe we're a friend, sister, auntie, right? But when you're in transition, your thinking does get cloudy. Old patterns try to pull you back. Them old patterns will pull you back so quick before you can say cheese, okay? So clarity takes longer than it needs to. And that is why the power of proximity, it really truly matters.
Mhm.
Who you're in rooms with while your identity is changing will either anchor you to who you were or support who you're becoming. That is a bar. Let's just drop that.
Yes.
Okay. the,
Yes.
the power
Yes.
of proximity.
Power of proximity. It really matters. It really, really matters. If you're, listen, if you're a woman entrepreneur, that's who we are.
Yes.
We've had the full-time jobs. We've had our children, we have our spouses and our partners and so forth and so on. We are real life entrepreneurs. And what we know for sure is that it is a lot more challenging than people want to act like it really is. We
Mhm.
know this. Listen, decades of it, just knowing, still pushing, still trying to make things happen. So if you're a woman entrepreneur balancing business, family, and life, honey, life, we want to invite you to this circle that we're building. You are welcome to join us and contribute. We will learn from you and you will learn from us. We're going to give you what we know and we want to hear what you got.
Mm,
But this is the Wobiz Fam Circle. So Wo is woman,
yes.
biz is business, fam, y'all know what fam is family. And we're creating a circle where we unite this mindset and we just tell the truth so that we can grow out of the stuckness that a lot of us get into.
Mm,
This is a private community and it's built for women who are growing. Of course, our YouTube channel is not private, but support us by sharing it. If you know somebody that needs it, like it, right? And comment because we want the interaction. And this is how we build, y'all. This is how we build.
yes. Like.
Yes. So it's a private community built for women who are growing, evolving, redefining success in real time. You don't have to, you don't have to perform clarity. You don't
Mm,
have to figure things out alone. You get support, you get perspective, and
yeah.
you get rooms that help you think clearly while you're becoming all that you're going to become. So I want you to join us. You can join us right here. You can join us on Facebook and look for Wobiz Fam, Women
Mhm.
Entrepreneurs,
Balance.
balancing business and family. Don't let me mess it up. Listen, it's new, so we are really, really trying to
Yes.
nail it down. And then let me tell you this: we believe in success of the whole woman, and it
Yeah.
matters. So the
Yeah.
community, it exists for moments like this. moments where growth is supported without pressure, where evolution is honored without forcing outcomes. You
Mm.
don't need to arrive fully formed. You don't need to have nothing special on. You don't need to put on your gray suit. You just need the space with support to become. We are here for that. We're here
Yes,
for that.
love it. Love
So,
it, love it, love it. We are here every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time live here on YouTube.
and 8 p.m.
Subscribe to our
Eastern,
channel, 8 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe to our channel. If you're a woman in business, subscribe to our channel. We would love to support you. Like Teresa said, we're on Facebook as well. Please comment below. What was your takeaway? Did anything stand out for you? Was anything like a ouch moment, or was it an aha moment? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And with that, anything, Tracy, you wanna give them a good tip, takeaway, something? As a woman in business, what could they do?
yeah, I just want you to know that you're not alone. I
Yes.
want you to know that we understand. I want you to know that we have more resources and we are greater than we know. I
Come
want
on.
you to hold every woman entrepreneur that you know that is operating with sincerity, with authenticity, with effort, and putting herself forward to serve her community. I want you to wrap your arms around her because we need to work together. Nobody grows by themselves. Nobody grows by themselves. So we are here to support and we look forward to seeing you every Monday evening. And I'm excited. Are y'all excited? We're
Oh my,
excited.
I'm excited. Thank y'all, and we will see y'all next Monday. Follow
Next
us on
Monday.
Facebook. Thank you